Hey guys, welcome back to 31 Days of Halloween. If you're new to my channel, 31 Days of Halloween is where I post a new Halloween costume makeup tutorial every day in October. If you guys haven't, subscribe so you don't miss out on any awesome videos. Today is none other than American Horror Story's heartthrob, Tate Langdon. I thought it most appropriate to have a sexy man wearing this costume, so I made up my cute little husband. Let's get into the tutorial. I started by having him shave his face down close and then started sketching out the shape of the skull on his face with NYX's micro brow pencil in black. This is a very fine and firm pencil that works well for sketching out shapes, but it's also easy enough to wipe away if you make a mistake. You can see that I'm holding the phone in my left hand with my reference image and working with my right. I trace out the basic shape of the teeth and bones along the face. The teeth are relatively straight over the lines of the lips and extending out into the cheeks. The shape is the most important with these because they're very realistic in shape, unlike a lot of the SFX skulls you see, which have a very exaggerated area extending into the gum line. There will be tons of shading later to really get the shape correct, but for now, just map out the general placement. For the neck, it's muscle fibers and striations. It also has a vertebra in the center. Tate Langdon's skull isn't super white and black. It's more of if it's tattooed on his face and neck. So I did a very gentle layer of the white SFX cream paint from NYX because it's pigmented, but it can also be used very lightly to create a light wash over the skin. Then with a black water-activated paint, I painted on the areas of the skull with the most pigmentation, that being the eyes, the nose, and the sides of the skull mount. Using a white cream paint, I filled in each tooth and gently blended it out in an upwards motion to highlight that the teeth are three-dimensional. I'll remove a little bit of this paint later, but for now, it just really helps me solidify the shape of the teeth. Using a black eyeshadow and a small detailed brush, I went over the black brow pencil that I had put down to map out the shape of the teeth. For this, I'm using the NYX Hot Black eyeshadow. This eyeshadow is amazing and the pigmentation is insane, and I love how black it is, but there's quite a bit of fallout, unfortunately. Because of the fallout, it started setting into my white base that I put down. So using the NYX SFX set powder, I generously applied it to his face so that any black powder that falls out will fall out on top of the white powder, and then I can easily wipe it away without it sticking into my cream makeup. Before I did this, I had to remove the white paint with the black fallout using a makeup wipe. Then using a tiny detail brush, which is actually a paintbrush that I got from Michael's craft store, I get the basic shape of the teeth that will later be outlined with black paint. This step makes the lines look very clean. Then I take some black shadow and that same small detailed brush, and in between each tooth I extend the line upwards to create the divot in the gum, and then shade right in that divot and then gently along each side of it, leaving the center highlighted to give a curved round appearance to each gum line. I then detail each tooth with a small brush and more black shadow and a light hand to outline where the tooth would meet the gums. This is almost like a V shape with a more rounded bottom. So it would be a U. Along the edges of the eyes, I used white to highlight, and then I removed the white that I put down on the teeth area right along his lips because, again, it's not a skull with super bright whites, it's more of a tattooed appearance. Then, getting the general shape of the neck piece, I paint striations of muscles, fibers, and the middle neck vertebra. I did this quite messily, honestly, given that when his chin is down and he's in costume, it just looks like a tattooed neck. But if I were to do this for Halloween, I would probably take more time and patience on the neck piece. But it ended up looking good nonetheless. Shading in between each striation to give them a raised appearance and highlighting each fiber. Just look at your reference image and do your best. We were running out of daylight, so I had to rush through this process to get the outside shots for the intro. I put black eyeliner in his waterline and set everything, even over the black paint, with the SFX set powder from NYX, to again give it that tattooed feel. And when there's powder on top, it takes away the paint appearance. It really does. It just makes it look like it's almost under the skin. And that's it. I hope you guys like this makeup look. Make sure to tune in tomorrow and every single day this October for more Halloween costume makeup looks. Don't forget to subscribe to be notified when the videos go live, which is at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you guys do decide to